Hello again, and welcome to Sorrel Beya Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a pretty fun, spicier, strength building yoga flow. And I will always give the options, of course, for you to add in some chaturangas or knees, chest, chin type of flows that I will not be doing still because I'm still healing. But that will add in a little extra heat if you want that. And it's going to be really fun and kind of all over the place on the mat, and I'm excited to share it with you. We're going to be leading up to our eagle pose, as well as have some really fun stretches. So I recommend having some blocks, or if you don't have blocks, some books, a strap or a towel to use to help get into some twistier shapes and some binds. And yeah, today's going to be really fun. It's going to be challenging for the mind, challenging for the body, but really, really rewarding and very healing. So I say for today, let's all come to a kneeling shape. If this is really uncomfortable on the knees, come to just a regular seat or sitting on a block, or even come onto your back if you prefer that. So yeah, once again, I am so happy to be here today with you all and practicing wherever you're at in the world. Welcome. Closing the eyes and beginning to settle into the body, into the mind. Noticing how you're feeling right now, and start to think of how do you want to feel during this practice, and most importantly after this practice. And try to hold on to that feeling. Maybe you want a bit of peace, a bit of calm. You want to feel energized, strong, happy, sweaty. Whatever it is, don't lose sight of it. Do you want to feel more connected? Do you want to feel love, grounded? And as you start to focus in on the breath, just noticing the way it moves throughout your body, I'm going to read to you. And once again, as usual, you're always welcome to tune me in or tune me out. Today it's a little paragraph from Inward by Young Pueblo, who is one of my favorite writers as well. I love to just get his book and open it to a random page, and it's got some little bit of wisdom to it that I can carry throughout my day or throughout my week, and it's usually exactly what I need, which is wonderful. So today, begin healing ourselves. It sets off waves that connect us to those who have healed in the past and those who will heal in the future. When we heal ourselves, it gives strength to those who need more support to take on their own personal healing journey. What we do reverberates throughout time and space. Like a rock thrown into the lake, the circles it creates move in all directions. And I thought this was pretty special, considering we're here practicing our yoga, all on different healing journeys. But no matter what, by showing up here today for yourself, you in turn make it so that you have the ability to show up more for other people around you. And then in turn, those people can show up better for other people around them. And it just keeps going and going and going. And what a beautiful healing journey that is, we get to all do together. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Breathing in. Breathing out. And this time breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, moving into your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. And we're going to get right into it. So start to rub the palms together. And placing them over the eyes, opening and closing. And release the palms, fluttering the eyes open. And stay kneeling here for a bit. We're going to crawl our fingertips off over to the right as our hips press to the left. And then reach your left hand overhead. Maybe take your gaze up, just moving into this nice side body stretch. And switch sides, left fingertips crawl over to the left, right hand reaches up and over, gaze up at that top palm. And then switch again over to the right, but this time take that top hand and start to make it into a cacti arm as you open your heart up to the sky, lifting the gaze, softening the face. And reach it back up overhead. Exhale, left fingertips come down, right arm reaches up and over, cactiing the arm, lifting the gaze, lifting the heart space. Inhale, reach it back up overhead. Exhale, come back through center, interlace your palms at your lower back. Lift the heart, lift the chest. Breathe, staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the palms. Give yourself a bear hug here, wrapping one arm on top of the other. It doesn't matter which one. Open the arms, lift the gaze, big breath in. Exhale, opposite arm comes over. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross it. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross it. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross it. Inhale, open. Exhale, cross it. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, tabletop. And I'm going to stay up on my fingertips, but you do not have to do that. Once again, that is for my wrist. And just start to move through some cat-cows, maybe some spinal rolls, hip rolls, shoulder rolls. And just moving through that breath, breathing all the while deep into the belly. Keep going. 3 more breaths. Big inhales, audible exhales. Last one, big breath in, big breath out. Good. From here, start to curl the toes and step right back into your downward facing dog. So you're more than welcome to pause here and do a few sun salutation A's if you'd like. I'm only going to do one with you, and that's up to you if you need more. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, stepping to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up, sweeping hands up overhead. Exhale, hands come by your sides, Tadasana. Closing the eyes for a moment, relaxing the shoulders, but engaging the belly here, strong core. Try to lift your kneecaps up, so now you're engaging the fronts of the thighs. Inhale, open your eyes, sweep the hands up. Exhale, folding from the hips. Halfway lift. Plant your palms, stepping back, downward facing dog. And here's your choice here. Take a flow if you'd like. I'm going to move through knees, chest, and chin, but you can do a chaturanga, whatever works. Inhales, lifting up baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, going to your downward facing dog. I'm moving through tabletop. 3 breaths in your down dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Really think about creating space between shoulders and ears, rotating biceps out. Elbow creases coming forward. Last breath. Wonderful. We're going to come back onto our knees here. Curl your toes, sit up in kneeling. Okay, options here. Either taking arms up and just taking a nice bear hug with the right arm over, or moving into a variation, any variation of eagle arms. Whatever you feel warmed up enough for. Wherever you're at, start to lift the elbows, breathing in. Exhale, you're going to lower hips back down to your heels as you round elbows towards the fronts of the thighs. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bringing elbows to the right hip as you lower down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, coming down, taking elbows to the left. Really engage the core, firing everything up here. Inhale, sweep hands up. We're going to step right foot forward so you're in a low lunge. If at any point you need to release your arms, please do. I won't necessarily cue it though, so just listen to your body here. Staying either in your eagle arms or your bear hug arms. Exhale, I want you to take the tailbone down. So notice if you're pressing the hips forward, we're going to pull back a little, and you should really feel it in the front of that left hip flexor. So you're angling the tailbone down and the glutes get real strong. Good. With your exhale, take this eagle arms to the inside of your low lunge legs, rounding the head and the neck in. Staying for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bring elbows to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, crunch elbows to the left. Inhale, up. Release the palms, reach them up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down, step it back, tabletop. Option to come to a child's pose or take any flow of your choice. Going with the breath. And we'll meet back in our tabletop. Curl the toes, sit back on the heels, kneeling, reach up. Left arm comes under either bear hug or any variation of eagle arms. Lift the elbows. With your exhale, round it in as hips lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows crunch to the left. Inhale, lift. Elbows crunch to the right. Inhale, lift. Staying here, step left foot forward, find your low lunge. Do that same tuck of the tail here. So really drawing the tailbone down, and now you should feel the stretch in the front of the right hip flexor. With your exhale, we're going to round in, so a little humble variation of our low lunge. Maybe forearms touch the earth, maybe they just hover here. Toes, left toes are pointed forward. Relax the neck and head, stay for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, up. Exhale, crunch elbows to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, crunch elbows to the right. Inhale, up. Release the hands, sweep them up. Exhale, frame out the front foot, step back to your tabletop. Maybe moving through a flow, moving through plank and chaturanga, or just pressing back to a child's pose. Inhales, lifting though. Exhales, meeting back, tabletop. If you're not here, that's fine. And we're all going to take a child's pose. Big toes together, forehead comes down, rocking it side to side. Just reconnecting with the breath if you lost it. Reconnecting with how you want to be feeling through this practice, how you want to feel at the end. What are we evoking here? Do you feel centered? Do you feel calm? Are you having fun? Maybe you need to crank up some fun music. I'll put a playlist in the comments that is pretty groovy and gets you moving, and I highly recommend having music on in the background. Helps us let go a little and move more fluidly. And just listen to the body. Listen to the heart, listen to the breath. Inhale, come up tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, things are gonna amp up here, but we're in it together. We got this, and it's gonna be fun. Gaze forward, your choice, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Pulling the navel up, squeezing shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. From here, stepping the right foot to the outside of the left foot. And I'll face you so you can see what I mean, making this little crisscross. And you can have pinkies touching, or they can be apart, up to you. And also bending in the knees or keeping them straight, just depending on how the stretch feels. And start to walk the hands to the right, releasing head and neck. Maybe gazing over right shoulder, feeling this nice hamstring and calf stretch. And then start to walk your hands back through center, taking your right foot and stepping it behind the left, all the way coming onto the opposite side. Good, so now right foot is on the outside of left foot, just crisscrossing the opposite direction and walking your hands over to the left. Maybe gazing over left shoulder. And then coming back through center, stepping your feet hip distance. Inhale, start to rise up, but as you do, take right knee in towards your chest. From here, moving into a figure four, or taking your eagle legs. Keeping the arms nice and straight, draw the navel back, right hip back. As you hinge forward from the hips, head, crown of head leaning forward, start to draw thumbs up towards the sky. Inhale, come back up, sweep right knee up with you. Kicking right foot forward, hands reach forward. Okay, we're gonna lower down into a pistol squat. And we're gonna end up all the way on our bums anyway, so if you fell, what else are your booties for but to cushion you? And ending up with the right foot forward, left knee bent like so. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, fold, reaching for the right foot, or maybe taking your strap or towel, taking left hand around left leg, right hand to the back, and possibly interlacing palms or holding on to the strap or towel. If you take this variation, really work on channeling your heart towards your toes and folding from the hips. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, fingertips come by your sides. And I have done this one a lot today. So if yours doesn't go as smooth as what I'm going to show right now, either way, it doesn't matter. We're going to meet back in a pyramid shape. Start to lift the hips, coming onto the balls of the left toes. Right foot lifts, send it back, landing in a wide-legged pyramid with back heel lifted, possibly grabbing your blocks as you start to lift left toes, drawing left hip back. Breathing here. And if you notice, I'm in a different setting. My phone decided to overheat, so we're continuing with the flow, but inside, still with the beautiful view of the desert, but not so hot. It was lovely earlier this morning, though. Okay, from here, lowering left toes down, stepping right foot further, rolling right heel down, rise up, warrior 2, and pardon me, but you will get my back a few times, or a couple times today. But that's okay, as long as you can hear me, that's what counts. Left hand comes to the back of the head. Right hand comes to the back of the right leg or reaches up, maybe fingertips clasp or just reach towards each other. Press your head into that top arm, gaze up. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat, keeping the hands just how they are. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, Skandasana. This time, hold your Skandasana. Open your arms, lift your heart, lift your gaze as you lower the hips, getting a nice stretch in that left leg, strengthening that right one, tuck the tail. Good. For 3, 2, 1, cartwheel hands to the back of the mat, framing out your right foot, staying on left fingertips, sweep right hand up. Imagine you're gonna high five me, so spread your fingers, strong palm, open the heart, breathe. Exhale, cartwheel right hand down, step it back, downward facing dog. Option here for a flow, or just hang out in your down dog or child's pose for 3 breaths. Audible inhales, audible exhales. One more breath wherever you're at. Meeting in your downward facing dog, gazing forward, step or hop to the front of your back mat, which is now the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to skip that crisscrossing of the ankles. Rise on up. Left knee sweeps up into your chest. Figure 4 or eagle legs. Draw left hip back. Start to hinge from the hips. Fingertips reaching forward. Gazing down at your right big toe. Inhale, come back up. Left knee up. Extend left foot forward. Fingertips forward. Pistol squat. Take your time and come on down. If you took a bind and used a strap or a towel on the other side, grabbing it now and folding, taking whatever variation you'd like. Breathing here, drawing your left toes towards your face for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fingertips come down. Remember, we're going to step back to our wide-legged pyramid. So however the heck you want to get there is the best way possible for you, is the way we go. Landing in that wide pyramid with the back heel lifted, front toes lifted, grabbing your blocks if you did so on the other side, and really feeling a broadening in the collarbones as you draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Breathing. Soften the neck. Reconnect with the breath. Gently lowering right toes down, stepping left foot further. As you roll left heel down, rise up warrior 2, facing the back of the mat, which is now, remember, the front of our mat. A little confusing, we got this. Bring the right hand to the back of the head, almost like you're modeling here. Elbow up, left hand comes to the back of the left thigh or reaches up, possibly catching your fingers. You can even hold onto your shirt there too. Lift the heart. Exhale, Skandasana, bending into the left knee. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, Skandasana. This time stay here. Spread your wings. Lift the right toes. Tuck the tail. Engage the legs. Feel how strong they are. Breathing. Staying for 3, 2, 1. Admiring your view, whatever it is. Cartwheel your hands now back to the original front of your mat. Lifting back heel up. Staying on right fingertips as you sweep left arm towards the ceiling. In this nice twisted lunge, really lift that back heel. Imagine again you're high-fiving me on this side, so this hand's not doing funky stuff. It's just reaching straight up, still in your gaze, your eyes view. Cartwheel left hand down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Option for a flow here, any flow, or just hanging out in your down dog. Just finding that breath. Letting the exhale send the hips back to your downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to spice things up a little bit, and it's going to be wonky, but it's going to be fun. So coming onto the forearms into a forearm plank. Okay, you might need to pause the video to see what the heck I'm doing up here, but I'm going to do my best to explain. So from your forearm plank, you're going to rock onto the right side, so you're going to right forearm plank. Swivel the right hand so that the right forearm is parallel to the front of the mat. Left arm sweeps up. Lower left foot to the earth as you kick right foot forward, and maybe it just stays on the mat. Maybe you float it up into a variation of fallen triangle. Good. Come back, both feet together. Left arm reaches up overhead. Start to bend the knees, hips come towards your heels, and rotate so your heart is coming up towards the sky. Stay like this, or you can move in it. And we're going to switch sides, rolling onto the left side. Right arm reaches up. Kicking left foot forward. Maybe it stays on the earth or floats up. And then left foot meets right. Right arm reaches up overhead. Start to bend the knees, hips come towards your heels, but swivel the heart up. Once again, stay here, find little movement. And come back, forearm plank, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Step it in between your hands, rise on up, crescent lunge. Left arm comes underneath right for a bear hug or eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, humble your crescent lunge here. The forearms coming to the inside of the right leg. Press the arms into that right leg as you start to lift back foot up. Toppling tree with eagle arms. Stay here, start to straighten your standing leg for variation of standing splits. Maybe releasing your fingers down, staying in the standing splits. Left foot touches down next to right foot for a moment. Inhale, left knee comes up towards the chest as you rise up. And move into your full expression of eagle pose. Whatever that looks like for you today. Lifting the elbows. Really squeezing the legs together so you have this nice strong trunk, maybe folding. Inhale, release the hands up towards the ceiling, unwrap, but step left foot down so you're back to this crisscross. Left foot to the outside of right foot. And just enjoy both feet being on the earth, catching your breath, and settling back into the body. With your next exhale, bring the hands by your side as you start to send left leg back, moving into an airplane shape. Flex the lifted toes, press the heel back, squeeze shoulder blades strong back. Warrior two. And now I'm facing you guys. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, reverse. Stay just like this, gazing up at that top palm, or for fun, just because it looks pretty, start to lift that front heel, playing with your balance here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Once again, always an option for a flow or just hang out here for 3 breaths. Listen to your body though. It'll tell you if it needs a little bit more heat and spice or if it's good. Meeting back in downward facing dog, sweeping left leg up. Step it in between the hands, rise up, crescent lunge. Last little bit here, we got this. Good, right arm comes underneath the left, eagle arms or bear hug, lift the elbows, inhale. Exhale, humble your crescent lunge, bringing arms to the inside of the left leg. Good for 3, 2, 1. Starting to float that back foot up, pressing arms into bent leg. Keep it bent for your toppling tree. Maybe straightening standing leg, finding a variation of standing splits, and you might fall. That's part of the process. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty wobbly today. Only on one side though. Release the fingers down, finding standing splits. And then step right foot next to left for a moment. Rise up, right knee comes into chest, moving into your full expression of eagle pose. Right arm comes underneath left. I'm pretty sure in Sanskrit it's called Garudasana pose. Don't quote me on that though. I will look it up and put it in the comments. Draw right hip back, maybe folding. Inhale, coming up. Release the arms, but step right foot outside of left foot, finding this crisscross shape one more time. And taking a big breath in, staying for the exhale. Good. Bringing hands by your side, starting to take right leg back for your airplane pose. Engage that standing leg, square the hips. Flower your standing legs' toes. Stepping back, warrior two. Last little bit here. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stay like this or start to lift your left heel up. And cartwheel, hands down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Taking your final flow here, or joining me in a child's pose. And just reminding yourself why you're here, and knowing that you did it, you got on your mat, and hopefully you had some fun and enjoyed doing some funky things that we don't normally do every day. Moving into different shapes and learning what feels good, what doesn't, what's challenging, what isn't. And then we're going to come up through our tabletop, swivel our legs around so you're on your seat. And we're going to move into one of my new favorite twisty stretches. And then from there, moving right into our Shavasana, and you're more than welcome to take some other stretches that feel good for you. So from here, if you have a strap or towel, have it nearby just in case. And I'm going to call this our pretzel stretch because you do feel like a pretzel. Right knee's going to come in towards your chest. Left leg's going to extend out, but have the hips open. So not like this, but open. Left hand grabs right ankle. Start to turn to the right. Okay, here's where if you have a strap, you might want to grab it. So you'll grab the strap and bring it around the sole of the left foot and have it in the right hand. As you're gazing to the right, though, lift that right arm up and then fold toward the left, holding onto the strap or grabbing the foot or ankle. Key here, though, is you want to draw that right arm back behind us rather than folding in. It's an opener still, too, and a fold. Quite lovely, don't you think? I think it feels really good, but it definitely highlights where we don't stretch too much, where for me is right here on my side. It feels very tight. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release the hands, switch sides. Left knee hugs in, right foot extends. Good. Right hand catches left ankle. Once again, if you have your strap or towel or sock, wrap it around the sole of the right foot, holding it with the left hand. Okay, from here, you're going to turn to the left, then start to fold to the right, using your strap to keep pulling on that right foot gently, though. You don't no strain, no pain, no strain. Or possibly grabbing the foot or ankle and keep opening that left shoulder back behind you, left arm back behind you. And just soaking in this beautiful heart opener. And maybe you're like me and you feel pretty tight in that left side. So even more so, breathing into that left side. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, extending both legs out, giving them a nice little shake. Once again, possibly grabbing your strap or towel, wrapping around the soles of your feet, or going for the ankles or the toes as we find a nice forward fold. I'm breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, release the hands and coming onto your back, moving into a happy baby or any other inversion of your choice that feels like it's calling your name today. You're taking your happy baby, being mindful to really try as much as you can to keep the tailbone on the mat, even if you need to grab the shins or the ankles. And relax the shoulder blades down. See if you can get more of the back of the neck or the head on the mat. And staying here longer if you'd like, or starting to move into some spinal twists, just dropping the knees to the right, Shifting the gaze to the left. Arms out like a big old cacti. And all the muscles we really engage today, slowly and gently softening them. As a way of saying thank you to those lovely muscles and our bones and everything for holding us up and allowing us to move our breath, our prana, our life force coursing through our body. And then come back through center if you're doing your spinal twists, and dropping your knees to the left if you're not doing your spinal twists yet. Just doing them on your own time if you'd like, and holding for as long as you'd like on either side. Just make sure to do both sides, even it out. Finding that balance within the body, the mind, the breath. And maybe closing the eyes and just starting to move more into a relaxed state, steadying out the heart rate. And coming back through center, planting the feet, knees up. Fingertips graze the back of the heels. Inhale, lift, taking a bridge. If chakrasana or will pose is part of your practice, go ahead and do that if you feel the need to or want to. Honestly, if my wrist was doing better, I totally would do it too. And gently lower. And don't worry if you're not sure what that shape is. In another video, when my wrist is doing better, I'll break it down and get you all in there. It'll be really fun. From here, moving into your final resting pose, maybe turning down the lights, staying on your back if you'd like, or coming onto a side or onto your belly. Possibly bringing the soles of the feet together into a Supta Baddha Konasana and letting this be your Shavasana shape for today. And bringing hands to the belly. Feeling that warmth emanating from your palms and the warmth emanating from your belly. This beautiful connection. This sharing of energy, of your energy. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. I encourage you to stay here for 5 to 10 minutes or even longer if you'd like. And I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, concerns, or even requests, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I want you to feel like you're a part of this community because you are. And I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. Namaste.